Hello and welcome to the Kristin Carrera podcast. I am your host, Kristin. Welcome back if you've been following along. And if you are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, follow along, and comment. I'd love to hear where you are on your health journey, whether it's carnivore or not. What are you doing to live a healthier life? What do you see that's working for you? What is not working for you? Share it below. And any questions that you have, please leave them in the comments. Today, I want to talk about routine. Do you have a routine set for when you are starting on a new health journey, or do you just kind of wing it every day? So, me personally, I am really, really bad with a set routine. The only routine that I have is waking up in the morning. I get up and I get my kids up, and then I come out and I make them breakfast, and then I make coffee for my husband and I. That is the only routine that I have, I swear to you, because my schedule sometimes is all over the place. I work from home. And so sometimes, like days like today, I had a coaching call that was canceled. And so I just sat here doing my social media content for my clients, and I like to get things done. And so right now it is almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have to go pick up the kids soon. And my afternoon is crazy with the kids, and I haven't even eaten. So do not follow what I do. This is instead of like do what I do, this is don't do what I do. Okay. I really should have eaten something already. I haven't even really had that much water. I had coffee in the morning. That's all I've had to drink. As I'm talking to you, I'm thirsty. I'm really, really bad at this. So what not to do is do not have a schedule, if that makes sense. Like, give yourself a set schedule. You don't have to have an alarm and say, okay, I'm going to eat at 11 o'clock in the morning. If you're intermittent fasting, I have to eat at this time. I mean, I personally don't like that, but if that works for you, then do that. Do that to make sure that you get enough of your protein and your fats in throughout the day, especially if you are trying to lose weight. I personally just need to get back on track on getting into this new routine where the baby is now going to school. And so maybe like once I finish dropping them off, like get back and do some work, and then make sure that I stop to eat around 11 or 12 in the afternoon, which is normally what I do try to do when I'm not crazy busy. I normally do try to eat around 11:30, 12 o'clock. And then I take a little break and I do this video for you. And then I either get some work done or I get ready to go pick up the kids. So my schedule, like I said, and I have 2 different pickups now because of the baby. So it is off, but I need to get my food in. So like now when I finish with you guys, I have to rush, get something to eat real quick, because I know that later on, once I pick up the kids, I am not going to have time to eat until dinner time. So I definitely need to work on that. I do not meal prep, but if you are a meal prep kind of person, that is a great thing. I personally just have never been able to get into that meal prep. The only kind of quote unquote meal prep that I do is that I try to make enough leftovers from dinner so that those leftovers can be one of my meals the next day, or I give it to my husband for his lunch. So that's the only meal prep that I have, if you want to call that a meal prep. But other than that, I pretty much just make sure that I know what I'm going to cook the next day. I make sure that I have enough protein, whatever I'm making, whatever I'm going to eat, to make for the next day. I really only eat twice a day, so I always have my eggs. I always have my bacon. Recently, I've been wanting to eat smoked salmon, so I have that on in the refrigerator, and so that's pretty much my first meal of the day. And then my second meal of the day is usually dinner. So any kind of protein. Usually we try to eat skirt steak, which is churrasco. And or recently I got some of the lamb chops that I've talked to you guys about before that I really love. They don't always have it, so I got that recently. So that's what I'm going to have. On Mondays, I have a routine where we order out from a specific restaurant where I know that they cook in beef tallow or olive oil. And so I usually get steak and shrimp, and that's usually what I eat on Mondays. So I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to be eating throughout the week. And that is very, very helpful, because if you don't have that at least planned, or at least have that in your freezer or in your refrigerator, then you are going to try to deviate to get something that's easier. That probably is not going to be that great for you. So definitely make sure that you have your groceries bought, what it is that you're going to eat that week, and have that in your refrigerator ready for you. As far as managing cravings, I pretty much sometimes around my period still crave chocolate. And so, because I've already been doing the carnivore diet for a year and implemented trying a little bit of chocolate, I do have a little bit of 100% cacao. And I make like a chocolate pudding with raw honey. I do have raw honey in personally in my diet. It is not carnivore. So if you are starting carnivore and eliminating things, do not do that. Do not have any type of chocolate. Do not have any type of honey. And slowly, a lot of people will say that you will not have those cravings anymore, those sugar cravings, but it does take time. I personally, even when I wasn't having it, still always had a little bit of that craving. So I really just think it depends on the person. And I guess it's a mix of your mental and your gut health and how all of that kind of mixes in. I'm going to be honest, I still had some cravings. But I don't have anything in my house that is going to tempt me to deviate from going carnivore. So when I was really strict carnivore, I didn't have chocolate chips. I didn't have 100% cacao in my household. So that definitely helped. I also, every once in a while, have a banana bread that I make with it's egg white powder. So it's more animal based, because obviously on carnivore, you are not going to eat bananas either. But I, every once in a while, am craving a little dessert. I do that route, and I use erythritol, which is a substitute for sugar. So again, none of these things are carnivore. When I was strict carnivore, I did not have this, but now being over a year, I have slowly implemented some things to see how I feel, and I'm okay with these things every once in a while. When I want a little dessert to make, that's pretty much my go-to. But other than that, before that, I pretty much just drank water, or I had cottage cheese. I ate a lot of cottage cheese to fill in my cravings when I wanted something sweet. I know cottage cheese is not really sweet, but it kind of filled me up enough to get rid of that craving. Or cheese. I did have dairy during my carnivore journey. I found that I was fine on dairy, and so eating cheese really helped me. So if those are things that you can go and grab and maybe they help you, then hopefully that'll help with those challenges and those cravings. So that is my non-daily routine. I don't even know if that's even called a daily routine. So I'm going to call it the non-daily routine. But that is what I do. Definitely, if you can have a more consistent routine, that is probably going to work best for you. I hope that this video finds you well, and I hope that you are starting your health journey this year. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Please like, share, comment on my videos. I am really trying to grow my channel and get to know you as well on a deeper level, and see how we can get healthier together. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I will see you on the next podcast.